Hi guys! So Andy texted me yesterday and asked me to come up with a short devo for the teen girls, and I am very grateful that he did because it allowed me to dive back into God's Word, and I feel like I haven't been the best at it the past couple weeks. So thank you, Andy, for challenging me and encouraging me. But the topic I picked is something that I'm struggling with too, so it helped me a lot, especially just praying about it and writing things down. But it's uncertainty and just having to release control and just relinquish control and not knowing what's coming, like putting it on God. So I think most people can relate to the stress of not knowing what's coming next. I was one of the first people in my senior class to decide what college I wanted to go to, and it just gave me so much comfort just knowing exactly where I was going and what my path was and just my plan. And I think that's one of the reasons that I decided so soon and just like wanted to put it out there and stuff. But also in everyday life, I definitely like to plan out my days and figure out like exactly what I'm going to get done. And when something gets in the way of that or just inhibits that from happening, it stresses me out and I have to like rework my day. And I just feel like a lot of people also understand that feeling. And so while all this is happening in our world and all these scary times, I don't know when I'm going to be able to go back to school and if I'm going to be able to finish my senior year with all my friends, or if I'm even going to get to go to college in the fall, or if I'll have to wait a couple months. Whether trips this summer are going to still work out, or whether we're even going to be able to go to CBC this summer. So all this is very scary to me, and it's definitely something that I've been struggling with. But through all this uncertainty, we can be sure that we are not the only one who's felt this way. There are so many Bible characters that are examples of having to lose control, and Job is one of them. So you all probably know the story of Job, but God allowed Satan to tempt him and take away a lot of his earthly possessions as well as some of his loved ones. And Job didn't understand why this was happening or when it would stop. And for the most part, he did stay strong. He didn't curse God like his wife suggested, but he did complain. So in Job 29:2, Job says, "Oh, that I were as in months past, as in the days when God watched over me, when his lamp shone upon my head, and when by his light I walked through darkness." So in this chapter and the following one, Job talks a lot about how he just longs for the days when this wasn't happening and when he really felt God with him, and when he could be sure that God was with him. And God is supporting him and carrying him through this hard time, but he just can't see that with all the darkness that's surrounding him. But after he's done complaining, God speaks to Job and challenges his understanding by reminding him of God's wisdom, sovereignty, and power. So in Job 38:4-7, God says, "Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Tell me, if you have understanding. Who determined its measurements? Surely you know. Or who stretched the line upon it? To what were its foundations fastened? Or who laid its cornerstone? When the morning stars sang together and all the sons of God shouted for joy." So God goes on in this passage and continues to say comments like this, like, "Have you commanded the morning since your days begun?" And he continues to explain to Job that he created everything and he is ultimately in control. And when he's done, Job says in 42:2-3, "I know that you can do everything and that no purpose of yours can be withheld from you. You asked, 'Who is this who hides counsel without knowledge?' Therefore I have uttered what I did not understand, things too wonderful for me, which I did not know." So Job repents and he is restored and he understands what God's saying. And he did stay faithful throughout this, like I said, but he needed to be reminded of the magnitude of God's power, so he could trust him again, but so he could put all his trust in him and let God take over control. So through these scary, uncertain times, we need to remember who the creator of the universe is. And while we might never understand why this is happening or why like a global pandemic is going on, we don't have to, because that's where our faith and trust can come in. So just remember that God's on his throne and God's in control, and he will take care of us. Keep praying for me, keep praying for the church family, and text me if you guys need anything. I miss worshiping and singing with you guys so much, and I hope that this all passes soon so we can all be together again. Love you guys so much.